Hello, my name is Paul. I'm the designer of Hunted by God, which is a sci-fi tactical medium weight board game. Its primary mechanics are push your luck, asymmetric empires, action selection, area management, area control. Thank you. What else have we got? We've got dice-based combat, which is quite tactical. And essentially what happens in the game is I'll start going into it, is you play the part of one of 4 galactic empires. And these galactic empires scour the universe in search of resource. Okay, I'll put these scores back here. So back to 0 there. All right. The empires all race for these resources, and they have found a planet which they believe to be uninhabited but resource rich. Okay, so when they land, they find that they have awoken a dormant god, and its 2 lesser gods, the aspects. Okay. So I like to get into, this is about a half an hour demo. I like to get into the demo pretty quickly. This demonstration does not go into all the nuances. It's all the sort of big things about the game, the big mechanics, the explosive moments, the battles and all that sort of gear. But when you're playing the game, right through a full game through the 5 rounds, there's a lot more decision space, there's a lot more tactical thought and strategic thought. So it's not, there's a lot more thought in the game than will be shown in a short demo. Okay. So I'll just tell you that.
I see the picture.
Yeah, it's a very big picture at the moment. There's a lot of little bits when you actually play it.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start the game, what we'll do is we'll say we're going to land on the planet. So if you're going to land on the planet, you take 3 of your units, you'll take your one big massive fortress, and within one of the regions, just place your units in a region. Don't pay any attention to the hexes. Yeah, 3 of those. Oh, it's just different colour. Yep, there we go.
Anywhere?
Anywhere you like, except for a region already occupied. All right, cool. All right. So thematically, what's happened is we've found the planet and we've all landed, okay? And we're after these things. So we're playing a 4-player game. Generally, the 4-player game is 8 of these, but I speed it up a little bit just because it's a demo, okay? So what I'm doing here is called First Bloom. And a bloom means that when the resources come up through the ground, that the empires will mine, all right? And these appear randomly. So this one goes into 8, and then we go into 7. So whoever's in 7 gets one. And then we're into 8 again. So you can't have 2 in 1, and you can't get a 1 and 2d6, so the first double goes into 1. Then we've got 7 again. The second 7 goes into 13. All right, and then we've got another one here, and we've got a 4. A 4 is over here. And for the last resource, we have a 6, which is here right next to the gods, all right, the danger resource. All right, cool. Now that we've landed and the resources have come up through the ground, what happens is the empires deploy their rangers across the planet. So we've got rangers. They'll look a little better than this, I promise, in the manufacture. I made these about 2 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. So let's say you're first player. Usually first player is established by the player who is closest to the portal. However, for sake of a demonstration, I want everyone to play it, so you can be first player. And that means you place your ranger in any region you like that's not occupied. Anyone you like, anywhere you like. Even with a resource.
Resource?
Yep. Then you place your ranger. Cool. I'll put mine here, and then you can place yours anywhere you like. Maybe not.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Good. So again, thematically, we've landed. The resources have come out. We've deployed our rangers, and now we can start playing the game. Sort of. What I'll do first is I'll go around and basically explain what each of the empires are, okay? So you are called 7th Grace. You are an AI-controlled fortress, all right? You're very militarily sort of developed and battle-hardened. No one wants to mess with you, even these guys generally, okay? you are Dominion of the Whisperer. So these guys here, they're sort of the mystical guys, and they have a lot of powers. They're good against stopping the gods from coming into attacking them, and there's every chance they do yoga. I am called Echo of Bones. Echo of Bones is these guys here. They are like a hive mind, so they're very quick to move, and they move as one unit, and they can move very fast around the planet, and they're good at getting away from the god and all that sort of stuff. You're playing, Max, you're playing as Last Banner. Let's put your base on here. Last Banner, obviously sort of like your human component. They've got giant mechs, and those mechs, their purpose is to protect this mine. So you've got to protect this mine at all costs. If this comes off, you can't mine anymore. However, if it's last on, you can mine, and other players, when they're taken off, they cannot. That's just now. Okay, cool. Militarily, you're not as strong as him, but you are stronger in divisions. All right, so that's your sort of mix, okay? If we go to the player mats, you'll see each person has a player mat. If you look in the top left-hand corner, you'll see that you've got things called divisions. So you've got divisions there, there's your divisions there, and there's your divisions there. Yeah, those 5 cubes there. Now those divisions, essentially that section there acts as mitigators. So for events that may occur during the game, negative events. So for example, you have engineering, you have scouting, and you have psionics. So engineering, if you want to deploy engineering to say stop a mine collapse, you move 1 cube there. If you wanted to, when you're exploring the planet and a negative, something bad happens during explore, you deploy to scouting. If a guide is coming after you and you want to try and stop the guide, which is probably a good idea, you deploy to psionics. But obviously the more of these you use, the more depleted you become here. So if more events happen, you may not have the divisions, generally your personnel, your staff, to be able to deal with it. On the right here, you have what's called your Empire and Ranger techs. And these are all the same for each, but there are subtle differences within each of the empires. Essentially, the amount of cubes you have indicates how well you can use each of these techs. Okay? So for example, if I was doing a particular action and I wanted to increase the armor or the units on board of here, if I put 2 cubes here, I get 2 more units on. All right? If I'd use some divisions, and if I put a cube here, I get a division cube back, so I replenish my personnel. All right. Now these cubes here, you can have a limit of 5 in empires and a limit of 4 in rangers. If you get to 5 and you want to upgrade, you swap out a white for a red, and a red is 2 whites. If you upgrade again, you can upgrade to a black. And a black is 3 whites. Because the reason that's important...
Is it free action or you need to do something to upgrade your...
Well, you get tech points on the board or by passing these particular points around the board here. Yeah. The reason that's important is because as you use these cubes, at the end of each round, you only get 3 back. So you get these 3 back, and these 2 go in the surplus. And you've got to try and get them back by not using them. So obviously the more cubes you have, or the higher value, the fewer you need to spend, but the more value they have, especially on refresh. So I'll take them back out. So the more cubes you get, the more powerful is your Empire and your Ranger techs. Down the bottom left-hand corner of your board there is Empire powers. These are all variable. Some of them are sort of similar with hyper jump, region jump, remanifestation, and teleport. They're teleporting sort of actions, right? But the others are all quite asymmetric. So for example, you get Divine Command. When a god's moving at you, you can halve its movement. You've got Stealth Attack. So when someone tries to attack you with their Ranger, as support, you shut them down. You might have, for example, Teleport Resource. So if you're in a region without resource, you can bring that resource into your region. All right. In a longer game, these powers are used quite sparingly because they work on a cooldown. So this goes all the way here to use it, and only when you do the empire management action, it comes back one. And then a while later, it might come back another one. So they take a while to return to be re-engaged. So they're used with deep consideration and not flagrantly. However, in a demo today, everyone's using them like madmen, and it's fine because we're playing one round. Okay. I think the next thing is, I'll give you basically an overview of what happens during the game. Is that we will move around, mining this resource. Did I go through this? Were they closing and everything? Did I go through that? I can't recall. Okay. These will get mined as we move down through the rounds. As we get, if we were playing a full round, a full game, these will get mined as we move. As we move into second bloom, any that aren't mined disappear. Okay, so they come off the board. So even if it's in your region and you haven't mined it, they're gone, and your chance to get that resource is gone. All right. As we move into second bloom, we get 3 more resources come back on again. All right, so the board gets cleared, but 3 more come on. And in a 4-player game and 3 resources, you can do the maths. Generally, players start to converge and battle for resources and regions. All right. Then we've got, with those 3 resources, we've got 3 rounds or 2 rounds to mine them. If we get down to portal opens, any of those that aren't mined disappear also. And then...
So we play in series of rounds and we have 5 big rounds in total?
Yes, yeah. And then we get to the portal, it might be a couple more rounds.
Okay.
So portal opens means that this part here opens up. And players can start moving into here to mine these final resources. Now you'll see here, you've got 4-player, 4-player, 4-player. So these are 3-player, they're called player markers. In a 4-player game, there's 3 places. So the players try and race to secure one of these positions here.
So one will be left out? One
will be left out. So one player will try and either engage and attack another player, maybe a weaker empire, and take them out so they can access these. Or if you are defeated in battle here, or you can choose to go to lower plane. And you can try and wait your moment until one of those empires is weaker, take them out and take a spot there and mine these. As the last of these is mined, right, so as you're mining and fighting each other and whatever else, the gods and the aspects are closing in. All right, so and then as they enter, they will really truly look to ruin your day. All right, as the last one of these is mined, the game is over and we calculate end scores, which can be a variety of things. The more of these you have, they're worth 5 points each. So if you mine 3 of them, it's worth 15. And there are mission cards here, which in the long game, you choose a mission card, and at the end game, you may get 12 more points or whatever it says there.
Are we be able to get like 270?
If you get 270, then you're a very, very good player. I haven't seen it achieved yet. All right. Okay, cool.
You want to try to do basic action, for example?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're about to step into that. So we're ready to play now. You're first player, and we're playing first round with first bloom, and we're playing the first phase. We'll only get through halfway through the first phase, and then I'll sort of finish it off. But
yeah.
Okay. So empires. If you take one of these, there's another one around. You've got one there. You'll see that in empires you have 4 actions to choose from. The first one is mining. Now, a lot of people are choosing to do mining today because it's the most fun, it's the most action, and it's a big demo. Okay, cool. So if you wanted to, it is Kit, sorry. If you wanted to mine, you wouldn't even have to move, because as explained before, you've got your teleport resource action. So you push that to the far right. There we go. And then you bring that resource into your
vacuum machine.
Yeah. Now, as in a longer game, some players might choose to sit there and build up their empire in armor and power and just guard that as the rounds tick down.
Yeah.
However, today it's a demo, so we'll do the fun stuff. So you will mine, so you take this resource here, that's yours.
Right away.
it gets 6 onto your score, so the 7th grace gets 6, and you get 1 tech cube. So from supply, take one of these and they can go into empires or ranges, up to you. All right, cool. Now what you do is, I'll just demonstrate, but this is what you'll be doing, is you lay out 8 cards. You'll see that you have surface mining and you have deep mining, right? So we lay out 8 cards.
But it's still the mining.
Still mining, yep, we've just started the main mining action. Mining is generally the game that takes, the action that takes longest in the game. Then you put that back on my main deck. Now I'll tell you a little bit about the mining cards, all right? There's 26 cards. Within the 26 cards, there are 5 of these cards. They are called Hunted by a God cards, right? They're the ones you don't want to see.
Okay.
Up the top here, we have move points, and it says 2 there. So 2 indicates how many regions a god or an aspect can move towards you. Now, because you're first player, first round of the first game, first player will be hunted by the god. In subsequent rounds, the leading player gets hunted by the god. Okay, so we'll give you that to start off with. We'll see how we go. I'll put this back in here. Oh, sorry, I'll explain further. So it might do its 2 moves. If it moves 1 there, it still has 1 to go. And you see the psionics icon there? So if you deploy 1 cube to psionics, you stop it. However, if you stop it, you upset it, okay? So from afar, it causes what's called a mine collapse. And in mine collapse, because you're in surface mining, because you're still up the top, sorry, you're in surface mining, you get 2 consequences, all right? And the way I'll go into those consequences later, not important right now. And the way you negate those consequences, for each one consequence, you deploy 1 cube to engineering. So you would deploy 2 cubes. Yep, and then you stop that. So you would have stopped the god and you would have deployed it. However, you're lower now on divisions, and also you've got the god just 1 region away from you. So your decision whether to keep mining or not is where the pusher luck comes into it. Because if this guy comes in, you're in trouble, even if you're 7th Empire. Like, no one's beating this guy. And he will probably wipe you out. These guys here can be challenged and quite often beaten. But this one here, it's called Hunted by a God. Let's keep it at hunted and not attacked by a god. All right, so, oh mate, thank you very much. So there's 5 of these cards with various move points throughout the deck. So, you've laid your cards out already. So when you start flipping, you flip from 1, move across, and if you can stop anytime you like. So you're being hunted by the god at the moment. If you don't flip any of those cards, it won't come after you, and then you'll be hunted by the god. All right. So, yep, go for it. I hope it's not the first one. It's not. Okay, good.
Yeah. So what does it mean?
So you get a 3, but we've resolved that at the end of the turn.
Okay. So.
Yeah, keep going. You can stop when you want.
Oh, it's good.
All right.
Good one. Oh.
Nice.
I'm lucky. Oh, okay.
Now, if you move into deep mining, so at the moment you get the top value. If you move into deep mining, you get the bottom value, which is double. Can you get a photo, Owen? Is that cool? Thank you.
Oh.
Nice. That's a 12. That's huge.
Keep going.
Right, that's a very good mine so far. There it is. All right. Okay.
What?
Oh, it's a 2, is it? Oh, 3. 3. Okay. All right. So you've got the guide after you. So it moves 1, and it's got 2 remaining. Oh, so we'll put these back because you haven't actually used those.
How do we know the god move action, like from region to region?
One region to region. Yeah, 1 point per move point. So if you deploy, so it's moved 1, so it's taken 1 off the 2. So it's got 2 remaining.
So I should spend 2 resources?
Yep, 2. That's it. Exactly. Beautiful. But now you've upset it, so it's trying to cause mine collapse from afar. So because you're in deep mining, you've got 3 consequences, not 2. 3 consequences. So
out of this cube?
Maybe. We'll have a look. So if you could just pass that over. The 3 consequences here are harvest lost. So harvest lost means you will lose that many cards. You've got 6 cards, you'll lose 6 cards. All right? Infrastructure destroyed that means that you won't be able to flip any more cards, but you only have one to go. So you might go, I'm going to resolve that and ignore that one. I don't have to deploy a cube and I won't flip that last card, but that's up to you. Tech failure means you will lose one of your cubes back off the board. So generally at that point, the other thing to consider is this one's only one move away now, right? So if you want to keep mining, you will flip that last card. That's up to you.
I think I should stop.
Maybe you should stop.
Yeah.
So if you stop, you can ignore infrastructure destroyed and you deploy 2 cubes.
Cubes?
Yep. To engineering.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's it.
That's it.
Now what happens here is you put this one here. These ones get turned face down. Yep. Yeah, all face down. I'll drink some coffee.
Sure.
Okay. And all those cards get moved into this card. The ones you flipped. Yeah, and those ones there.
This one didn't fit.
Yeah, so all in this card, all of them.
This card.
Yeah, and that one included.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
All right, cool. Now you know there's one out of there. There's probably 4 in there, or there could be a last one in there. So next time you mine, the ratio sort of starts to change of like how many left. So if you had got 3 or 4 out of there, you'd only have 1 mine collapse card in the remainder of your deck. So now it's your choice. Oh, hang on. Did we get your score?
Oh, not yet.
Okay. So we can have a look at that. We can just take whatever's there.
Which one on the top?
That's fine.
I think that's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say it's like that.
4, 3, 4, 11, 15, and I see in the
Yeah, lower ones, yep.
15,
24. 33.
24.
Oh, is it time 2 or just 1?
Just one, so it gets 12.
6. So I should go to 6.
So upper one
And lower ones, yep. So that's surface, it represents surface mining on the top, then deep mining of them, yep.
33.
Oh, I see how. Like that's why there's a lot of points.
Yeah, absolutely. You get like 50 or 60 in one turn. And if you had to cross that, you would get another cube, another tech cube here.
Okay.
All right, very good. All right. So you can see mining takes a little while when you first do it, but it's a bit of fun.
Yep.
Okay, so around to you, and we've got you are Dominion the Whisperer. You are in a region with a resource. Now the guide is hunting over here,
Yeah.
but the guide, now because the guide's hunting him, he's got that, the badge of honor. So if you flip a hunted by a guide card, you will be hunted by an aspect. All right.
Which is
Is it kin? I'm so bad with names, and after 3 days, I'm really sorry.
is it better the small one?
You can engage in battle with the small ones,
Yeah.
and then if you do that, you probably survive or defeat it one battle.
Yeah.
But a second battle, you probably wouldn't do so well,
Alright.
because a battle against the aspects will really draw your reserves.
So what should I do? Can you suggest me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the aspect here. Okay. The aspect is 2 regions away. All right. You are Dominion the Whisperer. You do have the power of divine command. So if you flip one of these hunted by a god cards, the god movement is halved. So if you flip a 4, it's down to 2. All right. And you can do things like, see replication there? Replication means that one of your cards across surface mining, before you flip it, you can choose to go, I'm going to replicate this card, and when you flip it, it's doubled.
Okay.
All right. And if it does come into your region, then we'll have a battle.
Okay.
All right. So
I want to try.
you want to try mining? All right. Cool. So you get this resource token. You get 6 points on your Dominion of the Whisperer. Yep.
This one?
Up to 6. That's right. And you also get 1 tech cube from supply into either.
Yeah, we shuffle. And then I do the same layout.
Yep. Just choose where you want to put your cube. Thank you, mate.
So I'll start from 3 and 2, right?
Yep. Lovely. All right. So now you lay out your 8 cards. I'll give you a hand if you want. You're right.
That's okay.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
start now, one by one.
One by one, starting top left, and good luck. All right, that's nice. So did you want to play replication?
Yep.
That will double. So a card you choose, you say, I'm going to replicate this card, then you flip it. So it's a bit of a gamble.
Okay, so I do it right away.
If you want, yep. So that one's double. Now this one here, you don't get this card unless you flip the next one. All right. Ouch. All right. At least you got that card, hey?
Yeah.
All right, and that one's double because you replicated it. All right. Now you flip one with a 3. All right, and the aspect is 2 regions away. There's a couple of considerations here. If you play Divine Command, that will halve its movement. But because it's 3, you only halve it down to 2. It's just rounded up. That's right. Or you may choose to reserve that power.
I think I reserve it and then
If another one, yeah, if you flip another one, it's more important. Okay, so it moves here. It moves one of its 3. That means it's got 2 moves left. So if you deploy one of your cubes down to 2, you will stop it.
Okay.
So you've got only 3 cubes, but you've got higher values that you can deploy them to.
So what should I do?
Okay, so I would move one down to here, and that stops the guard.
Yeah.
All right. However,
what if I want an action?
if you want to fight it, you can fight it.
Let's see.
All right. Okay.
You get anything from fighting.
All right, anything from fighting. So you've reserved your cubes. All right. Oh, sorry. I keep thinking this is here. I keep thinking it's my glasses. All right. And then we move. The aspect moves into your region. Okay. And remember, you asked for this. All right. So the number here is called a common modifier,
Okay.
and that not only reflects how much score you get when you start mining, but how many battle dice the aspect gets.
Oh.
All right, so you still want to do this? Okay. So, there we go. You're the aspect.
Okay.
All
How
right.
many dice I can use?
Now, I'll show you that now. All right, so you've got your tech cubes up here, right? The amount of tech cubes you spend, do you want me to take you through the battle? I'll take you through it. I'll just do everything you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. The amount of cubes you spend is the amount of battle dice you get. So, battle dice, 4 cubes, 4 dice.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Oh, okay.
That's 4 so far.
Yeah.
Now, this is where your ranger comes in. Your ranger, you can deploy your ranger to provide battle support to your empire.
Yeah.
So your ranger can move into a region here that's connected to your region.
Yeah.
Then you can spend its cubes on battle support, and for 2 cubes, you get 2 more battle dice.
Now we have 6 and 6. Okay.
6 and 6. There's more you can do. If the battle is very high stakes, and I'll give you a demonstration,
Yeah.
if it's high stakes and you really want to win the battle, what you can do is you can call on your personnel and you can enlist them as conscripts. All right? So what you do is you go, I'm going to spend 3 and then 2 and then 2. Although that burns all your divisions, right? So next round, if we're playing another round, I think I've got a lot of sugar on my lips. If you're playing another round, you will be depleted here. So there's a big gamble because you're using all your divisions.
Okay.
So it depends on how important the battle is. However, that 7 there, 2 plus 2 plus 3, that's 7. Was that 8?
Yeah, 7.
7? All right, cool. At this stage, I can't do basic mathematics. What we do is we get 2 cubes, 2 dice. We put that on 7 and we don't roll that.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So when you roll these,
Add on.
you can distribute those across your result. So the aspect rolls now. Good luck. That's all right. So we'll sort of arrange those in ascending order or descending order, and that is the aspect's roll. So we won't touch that. Now you roll yours, but not those 2. That is not bad. Now, what you do is you have to negate, either equal to negate a hit or exceed to defeat a hit. So you've beaten that one, you've beaten that one,
Cosplayer.
you've done quite well. In fact, you didn't even need to do these.
Not even sweat. Yeah.
Not even sweat, not even a drop. Okay, but however, now if you match it, it means it has no effect. But if you exceed it, you can start knocking down its armor.
Ah.
If you defeat an aspect, it moves back into the portal. All right, which means you're sort of safer for next round. So at the moment, you've hit it. You might want to spend one on there to make that a 6.
Yeah.
Spend one on there to make that a 6. And let's say you did 4 points of damage all up, okay? It didn't hit you. Let's say you did 4 and it moves down into there. All right. Now, you've defeated it, but it remains in your region.
Oh, okay.
So it is your choice. If you wish to continue mining,
Okay,
you can continue. As long as you've got units in your region that are alive.
If I fight it again, I have to fight again.
If you fight it again, what happens? I'll just explain this to you. You get these back as battle dice, okay? But these are spent, you don't get these back. You don't get these back, and you don't get this back. So you,
So I think I said pass.
yeah, so you would only get 4 dice next time.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before. Initially, in the first fight against these guys, you do quite well. In the second fight, maybe not so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. So
How many points I got?
you got 10.
And I get double or
No double.
it's just 6 and 4?
Just 10.
This is not working. Okay.
Oh, sorry, that is double. Correct. So that's, you got 14. 14. Yeah, plus your current 6 puts you on 20. Now, some people intentionally stay behind, so they're not hunted by the god. They're hunted by an aspect. But if you do that too often, you get too far behind and it'll be hard to catch up. So 6 years, I spent 6 years balancing all that stuff out, you know. 6 years of,
Yeah.
6 years, a lot of work. All right.
Then it's end of my go.
That is end of your go. So what we do
Everything
is,
go to this card.
yep, so this goes to here, and all these get
I think I
flipped.
still have no idea what it is.
You have no idea what they are. All right, so how the game ends is, I don't know where the resources from here are gone, but they will put them back in
Like
there.
fast forward 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. So all of the empires will be in here. With 3 of them in there, and the gods would be around here. My empire would try, well, because you guys are in here, you're in the portal. You can freely mine these, and once these are mined, the game's over. So I'm racing not only to get a position here, but to also get to this before they're all taken. The way I can do that is I can try and challenge one of your empires, hoping one of you are weaker. If I lose a battle, I'm here and I can't get placed here.
And the battle is like when we do with God.
Similar to that, yeah. There's 2 types of battles. You can do a region battle, which is what that is, or you can do a raid battle, where you try and take tech and resource. For example, you guys would move through these. As the last one is taken, the gods, while you're mining, the gods and empires, gods and aspects will move in. Sometimes they'll move in and attack and wipe out an empire. And that means that these guys come off the board and then I might be able to get my chance to move in and start mining. So we've gone very, very quick through that. There's other things that happen throughout the game. So that was one phase, okay? In the second phase of the game, you have an event card. All right? This is where the god sends out powers across the planet. And this particular one here, it sends out its armies. Its armies will attack you. They're not super, super strong, but they're enough to maybe take off 1 or 2 of your units. That's in global power. Now, in global power, remember we had the ranger provide battle support in this battle. While in global power, you see the purify action there. Your ranger can try and delete that, can try and remove that from the region so this takes no effect. In third phase rangers, your ranger can try and attack another ranger and take it out. It's difficult to defeat another ranger, but if you do, you will seriously hamper another person's efforts. Because as you know, your rangers can be quite powerful. Your ranger can also try and disrupt another ranger, which means you shut down that ranger for a turn, meaning they can't do any of their actions. And the final action that a ranger can take is called siphon. Siphon means I can send out my ranger to steal resource and tech from your empires for myself. And they can be quite powerful also. And the more cubes you get in your ranger, the more actions you can do in one. So you might be able to do multiple actions. The rangers become very, very powerful, which is why I said if you kill another person's ranger, you seriously impact their game. And then planetary cycle happens. We determine who is hunted by who. For 7th Grace will be hunted by the god. Dominion the Whisperer will be hunted by the purple aspect. I'll be hunted by yellow. And as a catch-up mechanic, you're not hunted by a gold or an aspect. That means when you mine, you're pretty free to mine as a catch-up. Because I don't like games where you just have no chance to come back. You know, you need a chance. They're meant to be fun. They're board games. And that's pretty much it. And then this moves down one, that goes down one. We get a new player, and obviously as these descend, resources disappear, and we close in and game over. All right, and that's basically it.
Fight again. You got the Kickstarter coming soon.
Yeah, Kickstarter. We are looking at kickstarting in Q1, which is April, May next year. Everyone please cross their fingers. And we're looking forward after 6 years to finally pressing the launch button and then not sleeping for a month. Yeah. But thank you guys. Thank you very much for taking the time to sit down with Hunter by God. I really appreciate it.
ช็อปสินค้าออนไลน์ง่ายๆแค่กดลิงก์ในคอมเมนต์เพื่อซัพพอร์ตช่องบอร์ดเกมวันเดอร์ค่ะ
ขอขอบคุณมินบุ๊กบอร์ดเกมอยากซื้อบอร์ดเกมคุณภาพราคาดีต้องที่มินบุ๊กบอร์ดเกมเข้าชมสินค้าทาง Shopee ได้ที่ลิงก์ในคอมเมนต์ได้เลยค่ะ
หากคุณเป็นแฟนเพจของบอร์ดเกมวันเดอร์และชอบดูหนังตอนนี้เรามีช่องรีวิวหนังด้วยนะติดตามได้ที่แฟนเพจ Facebook และ YouTube Channel ในชื่อ Movie Wanderer ฝากด้วยนะคะ
ตอนนี้ช่องบอร์ดเกม Wanderer ของเรามี TikTok แล้วนะครับเข้ามาติดตามช่องเราด้วยนะครับเป็นกำลังใจให้หน่อยตอนนี้เพิ่งจะทำช่องยังไม่มีคนติดตามเลย ก็เดี๋ยวเราเจอกันใน TikTok นะจ๊ะสนับสนุนโดย OA Furniture More Than a Furniture ร้านบอร์ดเกม Academy วงเวียนใหญ่ Wizards of Learning บริการออกแบบบอร์ดเกมและสื่อการเรียนรู้คุณภาพ